What is going on, guys? My name is D Free. Welcome back to our second Dokkan Battle Time Machine video. So the previous one, if you haven't checked it out, excuse me, go ahead and check it out. It may be annotated at the end of this video, but we were talking about physical Ultimate Gohan. So this time around, we're going to talk about Super Saiyan God Goku. So I'm just hoping that on the day I upload this, Alex doesn't put up a Super Saiyan God Goku video, because it was honestly a massive coincidence that when I put up the Gohan one, Alex put up one. I didn't even look at my sub box all day, honest to God. It just kind of happened. We've always kind of done things like that. But one thing I didn't like, okay, let me explain this. One thing I didn't like is how, not everybody, but a few people, maybe like a tenth of the people that, not even a tenth, maybe a fifth of the people that actually watched the video, well, 5% is what I mean to say. It's like a fifth is more than a tenth, or less than a tenth. But you know, some people were just like, you know, it's like Alex's idea where he's like Forgotten Units, you know, that series that Alex has. And I didn't appreciate it being cheapened like that, because it's not the same thing. It's not even remotely the same thing. This isn't gameplay, which I may incorporate some sort of gameplay, you know, for the series. It's not that. It's not me showing off units that, you know, like Alex's idea is him showing off units that he feels people have forgotten about, basically, are no longer used, or no longer top tier, no longer in the meta, whatever have you. This is me talking about my experiences with individual units at the time they came out and things like that. This is a discussion. It's not even remotely the same thing. Nobody would have said that if I didn't upload an Ultimate Gohan video the same day he did. And that's just kind of the reality of the situation. So please consider that. So I'm gonna try to talk about this here, because I kind of had to rant a little bit. I'm sorry, I had to get that off my chest, because I was just looking at the comments, and some of those ones that were like that honestly disgusted me. Other ones that were positive, and you know, I appreciate that. So, Super Saiyan God Goku. Forgive me if at any point I misremember something, but I don't know exactly when this guy dropped. He is one of those guys that if you watch that video, I talk about the guys that are like him, that are all types for basically the leader skills, all types 25%, and they get a really big attack increase. And well, not really big anymore, but it was really big at the time, because at that time you had a bunch of leader skills that were like, oh, tech, intelligence, and STR get like, what, I don't want to say 30, but maybe 30% HP, or like whatever the case is. And those weren't bad. Maybe they get attack increase, defense, whatever, right? Those weren't bad. But the thing is, you know, you wanted that rainbow leader back then, because nowadays the game's all about mono. Back then it was based around rainbow, because all the leader skills were multi-type like that. And then when they came out with these all types ones, it's like, yeah, need that, because before this there were all type leaders too, which he wasn't the first one. This Goku wasn't the first one. There were a couple more before him, like Bardock and Super Saiyan 3 STR Goku, which is, like I said in the previous video, that's going to be another unit I talk about, Super Saiyan 3. But the thing is, there were like 15% all types and stuff like that. But the thing is with this guy is when it started to really become noticeable, because you have a guy that comes out and he's still to this point either tier 1 or tier 2, like super top tier unit for the AGL unit group in this current day and age of Dokkan. So he has aged tremendously well, and he drops, and it was funny, right? Because at this time I didn't know Alex, I didn't know Dino Rhymestyle, I didn't know anybody, Nano, anybody, you know, all my friends I didn't know. I was kind of on my own doing my own thing at the time, and I was kind of one of the only real Dokkan YouTubers at the time. I think the only one that was bigger than me, there's probably a couple, but the only one I know that was bigger than me was Living Ichigo at the time. And you know, I see this banner come out, and of course I'm hype about it. It's another scenario, to be honest, like the Gohan one, where I wake up super early. It's like super early, and I think I even recorded a summon video for this too. Back then I did more summons. Nowadays I don't really do them, but I think that I recorded at like 1 AM, couldn't actually be loud at the time, and what winds up happening is Goku comes out, and he also has Beerus and Whis on the banner. Now, this banner is pretty funny too. Actually, as a matter of fact, now that I think about it, I may have known Rhymestyle, or may have been like right before I met him, because I remember this banner coming out on Global, and he massively chased it because he just started playing Dokkan, and I would tell him like all the time. I don't think that we were like had open communication lines. I was just tweeting at him continually like, bro, stop it, stop it, stop it. But he basically farmed his whole account up to try to get this Beerus, and I think he got him at the end. But it's like, bro, your account's dead now. You have no more free stones, and you were talking about how you're never gonna pay and all these things. I'm like, bro, you're gonna start paying now for sure. And it's funny because back then he said he wouldn't pay, and now Dino spends like so much money nowadays. Of course he makes it back because he's a YouTuber and stuff, so it's not my business to talk about that. It's just funny how that all worked out, you know. But at the same time, the Goku comes out and I want him really bad, and I'm like, okay, Whis and Beerus are really good too, and they're both units that, by the way, have aged pretty well too. Beerus's only real issue is the fact that his passive has a chance on it. If he just got 200 up, he'd be one of the hardest hitters in the game, period, to this day still, once you put some orbs into him. So he still hits for over 1 million. Whis just got an awakening, so they're all very viable units, right? And I was chasing that Goku, excuse me, super hard at the time that he came out because, like I said, that 25% leader was very, very significant. So what winds up happening, I've been trying really hard to get to this point of the video. What winds up happening is I do some summons, and I don't remember exactly what I get when I get it, but I do recall having shitty luck on this banner too, because this is another one of those 3%, 2 point something percent, really, really, really bad rates. And this is the time where this is why people play JP, or started playing JP about that time, because Global had these rates and then JP was like 5%, 6%. So it was like honestly significantly better. They've equalized the rates in the last like 5 or 6 months, but before that, that's how it kind of was. And then even when JP got to like 10% and stuff, Global was about 5%, you know, and things were kind of crazy like that, which is why a lot of people gravitated towards JP as a version. And I was like, yeah, I'll never play JP. Funny how that worked out, right? And I just didn't get the Goku. But one thing that's really funny about the Goku, it's super ironic, is I didn't get him on his banner, but there's a really old video of me opening tournament packs. So like, not tournament packs, but you know, you get the gold SSR ticket, which nowadays I don't even bother with the tournament anymore. Back then I was super consistent with it. I don't care anymore. It's just a massive grind fest I don't have the time for. But back then what happened was I got 3 tickets and I literally pull 3 back-to-back Super Saiyan God Gokus. And I swear to God, in that video, I woke up early too, if I even talked. I don't know if I recorded my voice or not, but I pulled Super Saiyan God Goku. And I was like, oh, cool, I didn't have this guy. And then another one, I'm like, oh, another one. And I do another one, I was like, oh, a third one. Well, then, this is ironic. I have SA3 now because I had no foresight back then for the potential system or anything like that. This is all global tales, of course. I had no foresight at the time that was going to happen. But it was just one of my funniest moments, my most memorable moments, getting him 3 times back to back because he had just gotten added to that World Tournament banner. And I think that was also a time where Global's banner was updating every tournament and JP's was staying stagnant for months. And it was really cool to see that for the global player base. But you know, they add him in there and he's like a featured card. He's on the banner art and everything. And I'm like, okay, I still want this Gohan. I still want this Gohan, but hopefully I get this Goku. And lo and behold, boom, boom, boom. And I was honestly low-key kind of salty because I still wanted the Gohan. And I was like, damn, I got 3 Gokus. Like, I would have been fine with 1 Goku, 2 Gokus, fine. That third one could have been a Gohan and we would have been golden. Because back then they didn't have as many SSRs as they have now. So of course, limited selection means that I would have had a better chance probably at pulling that Gohan specifically because the game just simply didn't have as many SSRs. It's kind of the same concept that you go into those type specific banners with, like, okay, I want a specific intelligence unit. This is your best chance to pull it by going on the intelligence type banner because there's only intelligence units in there. You don't have the other 250 or whatever there is SSRs available there to you to pull at the same time. So I got him 3 times, super memorable moment. I have a video on it. You guys can check it out if you want to search for it. But either way, quick little rendition talking about Super Saiyan God Goku. Don't know how I edited it. Hopefully it's improved format-wise. But like I said, give the series a chance. It's something I enjoy doing. It's something I clearly am passionate about because I hope I sound like I'm having fun talking about it. But like I said, it was just bad timing the first video. It's not like Alex's idea. It doesn't even feature Dokkan gameplay, most likely. So anyways, have an awesome day and Let me know in the comment section what your experience was with Super Saiyan God Goku, if you played back then, and which I, to this day, still use the unit, so I'm not going to really talk about me using him in particular, because I talked about that with Gohan. I'm not going to talk too much about with me using him in particular, because still use him to this day, still pops up in my videos sometimes. Right now, my current thoughts on him are that he needs an awakening. Any sort, something to give him 100% up on the passive. That's what he needs. And then he'll be top tier for like basically the duration of the game. So have an awesome day, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.